Hi everyone, and welcome to another session of Building Blocks. I'm Judy Brown from the Little Fabric Garden, and I'm here today to show you another block and how to build it. But before I do that, I wanted to remind you of all of the ones that we've done so far. These are the three that we have done. This is the disappearing 4-patch, and this is the disappearing diagonal 4-patch. I really do have a hard time saying that. And this is the disappearing 9-patch. So I just wanted to, show you these again. And if you have not been tuning in and seeing what we've been doing, you can go back and you can find these blocks and to do them. So today what we are going to do is a square and a square. Now that doesn't seem, really hard, and this one is really easy. But there's two different ways you can do this. And I'm going to show you the traditional way, which is the way, like most people do it. But I will show you another way, which is, it's kind of cool. I think you're going to like it. But here's the traditional way first. This takes a little more time, but it's easy to. All right, so you have a square. Of course, I took a 5-inch square. And then when you're doing a square and square, you put pieces on each side, and then of course you sew them down, and then after you do that you put the pieces on the top and on the bottom, and then you have a square and a square. So this is a traditional way to do it, and this takes a little bit more time, and now I'm going to show you an easy way to do it. So for this, we need two different squares. And what I chose is my 5-inch square, which I like so well, and then this is a 10-inch square. All right, and so we've got these two squares, and I'm sorry about all the strings, but that just happens when you're sewing. So what we're going to do is to take this little 5-inch square, and we're going to put it right in the middle of the 10-inch square. Now, like if I was really worried about it, I'd go around and I'd measure each side to make sure that they are perfectly, the right size. But I'm just going to eyeball it today. So we just put that in there, and see, we have a square and a square, but of course we do have to sew it. So what we are going to do is to take this side, and we are going to fold it over that way. And we are going to take this side, and we are going to fold it over on top of the 5-inch square. Now we're going to take it to the sewing machine, and we are going to sew this side and this side. And after we do that, what we end up with is this. Now it's like, well, jeepers, that doesn't look any different than the one we had before. But you can see that this is sewed to this, but look at this. This is open. So we have this open. Now what are we going to do about that? Well, we're going to take this side. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to take this side, and we're going to fold it over like that. We're going to take this side again, and we're going to fold it over, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to sew down this side. We're going to sew down this side, and remember, it's 1/4 of an inch. And then you're going to open it up, and when you open it up, you will have a square and a square. Now what's really good about this is that everything is sewed down. It was an easy way to do it. And when you flip it over to the back, look, there's no raw edges on the back. Because that was so easy to do, doing this one, I decided I was going to try it with the opposite way, like a negative. So I took a black square, 10-inch square, and the nice bright green 5-inch square, and I did the same thing. Folded it over, sewed it, then turned it and did the same thing. And when I got finished with it, this is what this one looked like. And again, there are no raw edges on the back, so you don't have all these nasty little strings hanging all over. But what I really did it for was to see what it would look like if you did a whole quilt and you just alternated them, like a positive and a negative, so to speak. And so this is the way it looks, and I thought it was pretty cool. So as I was looking for this square in the square when I was trying to find pictures of it and whatever on the internet, I came across this other little variation of it, and I thought it was pretty nice, and so I thought it would be nice to share with you too. All right, so if you look down here, this is the way it ends up, but it starts out with a 10-inch square, which is the dark green, and then 5-inch squares. And what you do with this time is you take that 5-inch square and you fold it diagonally so you have a right triangle, it looks like. And then you're going to put them down like this. You know, I just laid it on top, laid this one going this way, and we are basically going to do the same thing that we did with the square and a square. Now it's a little trickier to fold this over, but you're going to fold it over like this, and you're going to sew it that way, and then you're going to do the same thing here. You're going to fold it, and you're going to sew it 1/4 of an inch, remember, and when you're done, you're going to have this. This is what it looks like, and it's got these little pockets. Now some people like the pockets because they put little things in it, you know. If it's a child's quilt, you can hide things in and they can see if they can find it. But another really nice thing to do is, because this is on the bias, you just kind of fold this back, and look what happens. It just kind of folds back like that, and it makes an arc. And so when you get that, then you can top stitch around it, and it will lay like that. And if you do all of them, if you do more than one block and you do a bunch of them, it kind of forms like a circle. It's really it's very nice. I don't have any done like that, and it was like, this was just kind of like a last minute throw this out because I thought it was kind of nice. So yeah, and I don't even know what it's called, but we're just going to say it's a triangle and a square. Well, I hope you enjoyed finding out how to make this square and a square, and the little triangle one also. And if you'd like the directions for square and square, you can go to the library and you can pick up your copy. And of course, you can go back and watch the video again, because I say the same thing over and over. But we had an idea, and I'm hoping that you're going to like this. We've been doing these blocks, and I know that there are people out there that are trying them. And we would love to see what you are doing. So if you make any of these blocks, how about taking a picture of them and posting them on the Facebook page so that other people can see what yours look like. It's so funny when people are doing the same block but using different fabrics, how different the whole thing looks. So I'm going to challenge you to make a couple of these blocks. It can be anyone you want to, but put them on the Facebook page so we can see what you're doing and trying. All right, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you the next time.